Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. To start off, I am wearing a crop top. It just doesn't want to be seen. For today's look, I wanted to do a pink cut crease. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button so you can see more of my videos. Anything I use will be listed down in the description box below. If you'd like to see how I do this, then keep on watching. For this look, I'm going to be using a couple different palettes. If you do not have the palettes that I have and you're wanting to replicate this, you can really use any kind of colors you want. I've also already done my eyebrows and prepped my eyes off camera. The first shade I'm using is called Single in the Morphe and James Charles palette, and I'm using a 213 brush. And this is going to most likely be my darkest shade. I didn't really want to use black for this because I thought the black would be too dark for the shades I'm going to be using. But if this purple doesn't really get dark enough, I may end up using it. Because I have slightly hooded eyes, I'm going to be using this purple right above my crease. That way when I'm looking straight, you can still see the purple. And then I'm going to cut the crease like right underneath of it. I got this idea from another YouTuber. Her name is Jordan Lipscomb. I think that's how you say her name. If I'm saying their last name wrong, I'm sorry. I feel like I've said it multiple different ways, but I think that's how it's supposed to be said. I don't think I've ever heard her say it. She only ever says Jordan. But I found this idea on her TikTok because I really like watching her TikToks because she does really good makeup and she's just really funny to watch. So I enjoy watching her videos, and I also watch her YouTube. I've watched her YouTube for a long time. She did this similar thing but with a blue, and I wanted to try it. You know, I'm just not confident in doing looks like this. So I wanted to try it now because this is more of the style of makeup that I want to do. Really colorful, really complicated and unique makeup. Just because like I want to just do stuff like that. I just think it's so cool when people are able to do creative looks like that and make them look good on your eye. I just think it just shows people have a lot of talent when they do stuff like that, and I would like to be that kind of person. And the only way I'm going to succeed in being that kind of person is by practicing. And that's also why I started doing videos like this. I feel like I repeat that all the time, but I know a lot of people don't watch all of my videos, so I say it anyways. This is why I started doing videos like this, is just so I can practice and have an excuse to do makeup that's not your normal everyday. Because I feel like if I didn't do these videos, I really wouldn't sit down and try to do it because I'd be too afraid I'd mess it up and then I would look like an idiot walking around. The next shade I'm using is called Flamingo from the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette. And this is going to be the main color that I want. And I'm just going to use that to blend the top of this purple. I'm also super jealous of Jordan's eyes because she has really big eyes. So she's got a lot of space. I'm really just jealous of anybody that has this. Anybody that has just a lot of space on their eyelid, because they can just do so much stuff before they start going into their eyebrow. Because like right now I've only done 2 colors. And if I had come any lower with these colors, then like it would be hidden by like the hood of my eye. But I don't want to go too far into my eyebrow because then I don't think it'll look as good. So I'm always super jealous of people that are able to have like a lot of space on their eyes. And I try to give myself a lot more space by like doing my eyebrows the way I do. I try to give them more of like a higher arch. I like pluck like the few brows that come underneath at that point so I can have a little bit more space, but I still feel like I have a very small eyelid. I don't feel like that purple is dark enough, but I'm going to go back in with that same single shade, and then I think I'm going to darken it out with a darker purple. I feel like this, when I blended the pink in, it kind of became one color, and that's not what I wanted to happen. The darker shade I'm using is from the Morphe and James Charles palette as well, and it's called Escape. But if you have big eyes and like a lot of space on your eyelid and you're not trying to do looks like this, you really should, because it would make your eyes look so cool. And I will be completely envious of you, because trying to work with like my small eyelids is frustrating. At this point, I'm just slowly building that dark color just because I really want a good contrast between what's above my eyelid and what I am going to be cutting the crease with. But I'm not really wanting this to be a purple look, but I feel like it's kind of leading into that. I think it'll all come together once I cut the crease, because I'm going to be cutting the crease with a pink shade. I'm going to go back into that Flamingo shade and blend that out. I also feel like people that have a lot of eyelid space change the way their eyebrows are. Like, I know some people like shave like this part of their eyebrow and like only leave like this little bit, that way they can draw on their eyebrows. Like, another YouTuber I know does this is Naomi John, and I really like watching hers. Her videos are also really funny. She doesn't do many makeup videos anymore, but she used to. And she also does like funny videos where she does crazy things, like trends and stuff. And I think one of them where she shaved her eyebrow off, and then she started drawing her eyebrows in, and that gave her a lot more space to work with. But I'm not willing to do that. And like the person that I get my eyelashes done from, I talked to her about it, and she told me absolutely don't do that, because my eyebrows are made, like my eyebrows are set very well for the shape of my face, that if I was to change it, then like I would probably look different, and I'm not willing to do that because I like the way my eyebrows are and the way my face is. So I'm not trying to change it. It's just that for the sake of, I just kicked my garbage can, but for the sake of like being able to use more makeup on my eyelid, I wish I had a bigger eyelid. That's all I'm getting at. And I'm just jealous of the people that have like naturally large eyelids. I'm gonna go back in with that Escape shade one last time because I blended it away again. And this is just so I can have that dark shade in there. In the Morphe and James Charles palette, there's a white eyeshadow. It's called Flashback. I'm gonna use that with the same brush that I blended the purple out. And I'm just going to try and create a gradient above the pink shade. I'm also going to use this to blend out that purple just a little bit more, but not try to get rid of that color. For my cut crease, I'm going to use a PLouise Cosmetic base, and this is in the shade Winter Rose. And I'm just going to use like a little flat thing. I don't know what it's called. And I'm just going to put a little bit on it so I can dip into it. The brush I'm using is a 421 brush. I got these cosmetic bases so I can try to do different looks with them, because I've seen so many people do cool stuff with them and I just haven't done it. So that's another reason why I wanted to do this look, is because Jordan used the same PLouise cosmetic bases and made a cut crease with it. I'm not going to be too worried about what's going on underneath or like right here, because I am going to clean it up and then sharpen that edge. Also, if you're nervous about doing cut creases and like not making a straight line, I tend to suck at making a straight line, of making like a clean cut on my cut creases. So I'm going to, like, I have a little trick that I learned from somebody else that helps like clean up that line a little bit, and I will show you guys how I tend to clean it up. I feel like this pink is very pink, while this pink that I blended out on the top is more of like a brownish pink. And that's not the way I was trying to go. What I'm gonna do to clean up that line, I'm gonna take that dark purple that I used before and just go right across that line where that cut crease is at. And it's going to put that shade back in. It's also going to cover up the imperfection of the cut crease that I made, because I did not do a good job on this cut crease today. But it just makes a sharp line. I'm hoping that it can show on camera, but it just cleans that line up a bit more and it just adds that purple back in, because I kind of covered it up with the cut crease, and this just makes a really good sharp line on top of it. I'm gonna go back in with a little bit of that Flashback shade Just make sure this top part is well blended. And because I have cut the crease, I'm going to be very careful at not going below that purple shade. Now I want to make like an eyeliner underneath of that cut crease. So I'm going back into that escape shade and I'm going to create that gradient underneath. And again, because I am cleaning up right here, I'm not going to be too worried about how crazy it looks underneath. I'm going to be really careful because again, I have smaller eyelids. So this part right here where the cut crease was at is a little bit lower than I would prefer it to be. So I'm not going to go very far out with this winged liner. It's just going to be like a little small one. Just a little bit of color underneath of the pink. I'm going to clean this up underneath and I'm going to do the other eye, do my base makeup, and then I'll be right back. This is what it looks like with both eyes done and my base. I did clean this one up a little bit more. I didn't like how the cut crease was, so I fixed it. All I did was take that PLouise base again and just cut the crease a little bit better. Then went back in with a little bit more purple to make it more defined. That's all I did. I did the same thing. I just cleaned it up. For my under eyes, I'm just going to use that escape shade and I'm just going to put it on this outer side of my eye. I'm not really going to go more than halfway. I say as I go more than halfway on accident. Off camera, I did my mascara and my waterline. For mascara, I used the Benefit mascara. They're real. And for my waterline, I used the NYX Epic Inkware in the shade Pink Spirit. For highlighter, I'm going to use the Moonchild palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm going to use this shade right here called Star. At the beginning of this video, I know I said that I wanted this to be a more of a pink cut crease, but I do feel like I kind of went towards the purple and pink. So, but I'm not mad at it. I like it. I like it a lot. And I think this Star shade's going to be a good bright highlighter for it. I thought about putting glitter on my eyelid. I felt like it would be too much and I didn't really know where to put it, so I didn't do it. And I think I like how it's just this plain purple and pink. Using a 510 brush with that Star shade, I'm going to put that all over my face. I usually put my highlighter in the same spots, so I'm just going to put them in those spots. I also, when I did my base off camera, I also used way too much blush. I used the same base as the cut crease shade that I used, and I used it off of the metal thing that I had it on, and I put way too much on. I actually had to like re-wipe it off and redo my base because I just had this bright pink. If you just imagine this shade, just imagine that like straight up on my cheek, and that's what happened. And it was a disaster. I was thinking maybe I could make it work, but it did not. It did not. It was, I also don't know yet what I want to do for my lips, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. I don't know if I should just go with like a nude like I normally do, or if I should go with a pink. I feel like if I do a pink though, it'd be too much. I'm gonna set this with some e.l.f. Dewy Coconut Setting Mist really quick. Now I'm gonna figure out my lip shade. I figured out what I wanted to do. The lip liner I'm gonna use is the Ofra Silk lip liner. If I look like I'm struggling putting this lip liner on, it's because I am. I still don't have a sharpener for all my lip liners, so they're getting very dull, but I'm trying to make do with what I have. I just need to go buy one. Just don't think about it while I'm out. I also had one, but I lost it. I don't know what happened to it. For lipstick, I'm gonna use the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Velour Liquid Lipstick, and it's in the shade Question Mark. I got this out of one of his mystery boxes, so I don't know if this is sold on his website. I also feel like this pink is a very pink pink. That's why I have a hard time using it, because I feel like it's too pink and it makes things look, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of how pink it is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this nude lip gloss that I have. It's called The Gloss by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. It's in the shade Legends Only. And I'm hoping this will kind of dampen that pink a little bit. So that is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I like hearing y'all's feedback, so please comment down below with anything you'd like to tell me or any future videos you'd like to see. Until next time, bye.